Okay, in this question, the angle is negative 60. Negative 60 es obvio que es clockwise. 60 is in this position. So when you press this icon, you are doing the graph or sketch the given angle. However, you want to find the reference angle, you click in this icon. In this case, it's positive 60. So it's exactly the same but in opposite direction. Okay, in that question, the angle is 855. You divide by 360, it's 2 point something. That means we have 2 revolutions, and something is 0.375 times 360 degrees is 135. 135 lie in the second quadrant. Okay, now the reference angle is 45 degrees. Okay, in that question, the angle is given is negative 600. Divided by 360 is 1.6 repeated. That means we have 1 revolution in the clockwise direction, but I don't care. You take 0.6 repeated times 360 is negative 240. Negative 240 lie in the second quadrant. You can see in the sketch. And the reference angle is the question that they want. It's 180 minus 120. Because the coterminal of the negative 240 is positive 120, no? It's 60 degrees. Okay. Here, the angle is minus 7 pi over 2. Well, there are many ways to do that. However, I would like to convert to the degree. I discovered that 7 pi over 1 over 12 is 105, negative 105. Negative 105 lie in the third quadrant. Therefore, the reference angle is 180 minus 105. Okay, is 75. If 75 is expressed in radians, using the formula, no? 75 divided by 180 multiplication by pi is 5 pi over 12 after you reduce in lowest term. Okay, and this question is 11 pi over 3. 11 pi over 3, when you express a mixed number, is 3 2/3. 3 pi is 1.5 revolution, and 2 pi over 3 is 120 degrees. It's actually 120 degrees. Okay, first of all, you have 1.5 revolution, and 120 degrees is equal to 300. And 300 lie in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, the reference angle is 360 minus 300 is 60. In this question, the angle is negative 34 pi over 15. Immediately, I divide 34 divided by 15. It's like a 2 whole part, and the fraction part is 4 over 15. Both negative, of course. 2 pi, negative 2 pi is 1 entire revolution. 4 pi over 15 lie, the angle, total angle lie in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, the reference angle is exactly the same but opposite number, 4 pi over 15. Oh, this is super easy. For example, cosine theta positive is positive in the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant, plus plus. Sine theta negative is negative in the third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. And yeah, it's negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. Now the coincidence both thing and is the fourth quadrant. The second is tangent theta positive greater than 0 is positive in the first quadrant and the third quadrant. Cosine positive in the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Now the coincidence of both situations is the first quadrant. Okay, in this question, let's give it the cosine. So I suppose a hypothetical triangle. The hypotenuse is 5 and the adjacent is 4. It doesn't matter the direction, it doesn't matter the negative. And also tangent is, cosine is negative, que this lie in the second quadrant and the third quadrant. And tangent is positive in the first quadrant and the third quadrant. Therefore, the conclusion is our angle theta lie in the third quadrant. The cotangent by definition is the ratio between adjacent over opposite, 4/3. Of course it's positive because cotangent is also positive in the third quadrant. And cosecant theta is, well, of course negative because cosecant in the third quadrant is negative, and this is the ratio between hypotenuse and opposite. So it's -5/3. Okay, graphic sine function. The amplitude is 1/2, but we have reflection uh, about the x-axis because a negative sign. The period is 2 pi over b, but b is 1, so just 2 pi, and the step is pi over 2. At the point r, for example, I know sine starts 0, 0, 0, 0, you plot that. The next step is pi over 2, comma, -1/2. Remember, amplitude is 1/2. Is reflection. And you find the famous 5 point, pi, 0, 3 pi over 2, 1/2 positive, and 2 pi, 0. Done. Okay. Well, in this question, I see that the function is minus cosine. First of all, you select here the cosine function. So we have different functions here in this menu. You select cosine, because exactly we have select here, right? Now I see reflection. So you are reflection in these tools. Get reflection about x-axis, and you're reflecting. Okay, again, the period. The period is 2 pi over b, b is 3 over 4, this is equal 8 pi over 3. And the step is divided by 4, so the period divided by 4 always, this is 2 pi over 3. You know, cosine start in 0, in positive or in negative, a maximum or a minimum. In this case, a minimum because we have reflection. Entonces, the amplitude is 1. Entonces, 0, -1. So now, in the partition of the x interval, you adding systematically 2 pi over 3, que es a step. 0 plus 2 pi over 3 is 2 pi over 3, 0. And 2 pi over 3 plus 2 pi over 3 again is 4 pi over 3, 1, que is the maximum in this case. 4 pi over 3 plus 2 pi over 3 is 6 pi over 3, and 6 pi over 3 is 2 pi, 0. And finally, 2 pi plus 2 pi over 3 is a 6 plus 2, no? Is 8 pi over 3, gets the period, and we finish. And 8 pi over 3, -1, is the last point. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The famous 5 point, and you get the graphic. Click in this tool where I suppose que here, no? To make a graphic. Okay, this is easy. because this is your sine. So the period of the sine is 2 pi and the step is pi over 2. But the only thing is the amplitude is 1, but the vertical shift is -2, so it's 2 units down. Just for example, you know this sine start in 0, 0, 0, pero 0, 0, 0 minus, sorry, 2 is -2. So the first point is 0, -2. And pi over 2, the sign is +1. And +1 minus 2 is -1. And pi is exactly the same of 0. Is 1. No, es 0, sorry. Y 0 minus 2 is -2. And 3 pi over 2 is -1. And -1 and -2 together is -3. And 2 pi is exactly the same 0 or pi. 0 minus 2 is -2. Okay. In this question, you select cosine in this icon. You are doing translation, in this case vertical shift, 3 units over. No, reflection first. Sorry, reflection first, because it's minus cosine. So you are in this icon, you select reflection. Okay. Now is the transformation. The second transformation is +3, and in this icon you moving 3 units over. No? So cosine, as always, the period is 2 pi and the step is pi over 2. However, I know the cosine 0 is 1, but actually this -1 plus 3 is +2. 0, +2 is my first point. After that, cosine pi over 2 is 0. Entonces es +3, pi over 2, 3 positive. Cosine pi is -1. Entonces double negative become positive. Y 1 plus 3 is 4. And 3 pi over 2. One more time, cosine is 0. Entonces 3 pi over 2, 3. And finally, in 2 pi is exactly the same 0, que es 1. Cosine 2 pi es 1. Y -1 plus 3 es 2. Okay, this example has a phase shift. Is cosine with some phase shift. The period obviously is 2 pi. The step is pi over 2. And you set out the inequality for the phase shift. So in between 0 and 2 pi. Solve the inequality, super easy. It has 2 pi plus 5 pi over 4 is 13 pi over 4. So our graphic go from 5 pi over 4 to 13 pi over 4 and moving step pi over 2. The first point is obvious, que is 5 pi over 4, 1, because the amplitude is 1. After the partition is you adding pi over 2. 5 pi over 4 plus pi over 2 is 7 pi over 4, 0. That's the second point. 7 pi over 4 plus pi over 2 is 9 pi over 4, -1. That's the third point. 9 pi over 4 plus pi over 2 is 11 pi over 4, 0 is the number 4 points. And the fifth, que is the last one, is 11 pi over 4 plus pi over 2 is 13 pi over 4, que es the period. Period, no. The period is 2 pi, pero it's the last point, 1, and we come back and travel one entire period.